Hello, Leah Marlene here, and I am here to help you tap into your authenticity so you may share your gifts and talents bravely with the world. Because I think that the more of us are sharing our gifts and talents, the more peace we create. And that's not such a bad thing. Today, what I would like to give you are 4 ways. 4, there's more than that, but I'll give you 4, actually 5, including the meditation. 4 ways plus a meditation, so you do the math, on how to communicate mo better. Yes, I said it like that. What? She's talking about communicating and she said more better? How dare her? I did it. I'm not scared. Number 1 way with my double jointed finger is this. First, set an intention. You want to communicate better before your next conversation? Set an intention. What do you want out of the conversation? I want to understand. I want to be clear. I want to be kind. I want to connect. That's number 1. Number 2, listen. Listen. It's so simple, right? But so many of us aren't doing it. Just listen. We are so inundated now with so many ways to communicate, and yet communication is worse than ever in many ways. I myself included sometimes, because I'm like, let me just get back to this person and text them really quick, and then it's filled with typos and it's a mess and it's not what I meant, and the dog needs washing and I meant something else. I don't even have a dog. So it happens because we're not present. It happens because we're unrealistic with our time, thinking that we can do 100 things at once. So number 1, intention. Keep it simple. What do you want out of this interaction? What are you bringing to the interaction? What would you like to intend to bring to that meeting, to that connection, to that conversation, to your next conversation? What if you knew your next conversation was the last conversation that person was ever going to have? Would that change your perception of it? Would you listen more? Would you value them more? If you knew that you were their last interaction? So what is your intention? Number 2, listen. Number 3, be interested. Be interested in what they're saying. So don't just listen because you're waiting to speak. See, that's what most people are doing. And there's a lot of teachers out there saying that you should rehearse everything that you're going to do in your whole life and then go out and do something. You know, go rehearse what you're going to do at the networking event, which I hate networking anyway. Go build relationships with people that you're actually interested in. If that's at a networking event, that's fine. But the idea of like networking to try to get something, just build relationships with people that you actually like, that you would want to work with. Otherwise, it's a manipulation, and it's just not, that's not in alignment with my mission. That's for sure. So anyway, I believe in building relationships with people that you actually care about, first of all, because then you can be authentic, right? So to communicate better is to first, what is my intention with this connection? Number 2, to actually listen. To actually listen. Number 3, to be interested. If you want to be interesting, be interested. Be interested in what the other person is saying. And don't just assume that you know what they're going to say or how they feel. None of us like to be told how we feel, right? Nobody likes that. And nobody likes to be told how to feel. So allow the other person space. Be interested in what they're saying. You don't always have to agree with it, just be interested. Listen. If you don't agree with it, it should be even more interesting. I don't really like the word should, because that's like filled with shame, but it could be. It could be more interesting, right? Wait a minute, I'm bad at math. What are we on? Intention. Listen, be interested. 4. Be with what is actually happening. Simple, like simple things that are happening. Pay attention to the surroundings that you're in. And most importantly, pay attention to the other person. Put all of your attention on the other person. Instead of focused about what am I going to say, what am I going to do, how am I being received, put all of your attention on the other person. People will reveal to you who they are. But if you're in your own head the whole time making up stories about who they are, how you should be, your script in your head, then you're totally disconnected from the present moment and you'll never have an opportunity to learn. Good, bad, or indifferent. You won't know. So many of us are living out stories in our head rather than being present with what is. So somebody could tell you exactly what you wanted to hear, you won't even hear them. You won't even hear because you're playing out some other script. Set an intention. What do you want out of this connection? Out of this interaction? Listen. Be interested. And put all of your attention on the other person. I find it interesting that there are a lot of coaches out there who are saying to be authentic by totally being inauthentic. Like, rehearse a script, be as fake as possible, put your best foot forward by having this completely altered, manipulated facade about you so that it's perfect, and then go be natural. I'd rather somebody find out that they don't like me by me being really me, as painful as that is, than me being some rendition of what I thought I should be, and then they didn't like that, and then we never get to really know. How many opportunities can you miss by just living in your head and trying to be perfect? What if you could just be with what is actually happening and you could name the imperfection and be truthful with it and just communicate it? Even if it's awkward, you could be like, wow, this is really awkward. or this feels really uncomfortable, or this is really exciting, or I'm feeling really nervous. There's not one emotion that you will ever feel in your entire life that somebody else on this planet has never felt or will never feel. It's the one language that is universal. So allow yourself to be human. Instead of like, oh, go be natural, but don't do this, or feel this, or this. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine like going out and rehearsing everything that I was gonna say before I did anything. My daughter had a great point because we're working on interrupting, right? And sometimes we interrupt because we're excited to relate. So it's not always like a negative thing. It's just sometimes it's really exciting. And in those moments, even more so, I have to remind myself, like, I'm like, just chill out. Like, chill out a little bit. Get a little excited, Turbo. My daughter says, but Mommy, if I don't interrupt, I'm going to forget what I'm going to say. Yeah, you might. That's why it's brave to be in the moment. You don't get to be in control of everything. And you might just learn something new. And you might forget what you were going to say. And that's all okay. Maybe it wasn't important to say that thing. Maybe that was a gift that you forgot. I mean, it's like when you're at a big event and somebody, I always laugh because it's sad to me because I understand what's going on. But you know, when the speaker says, we're going to open it up for questions and we'll pass a mic around to the audience and it will take, 3 to 5 questions or something like that. And you see people all nervously waiting, and then it's their turn, and the person gets up and asks the very question that was just answered for a half hour. Because they weren't listening, they were just rehearsing to try to be perfect. So allow yourself to be imperfect. I am super awkward. I mean, I could tell you countless stories of how awkward I am. And you probably already pick it up. I mean, I'm double jointed. I have like weird things. There's so many funny, weird little quirks about me. And any time in my life that I've tried to actually squash those to be like some other mannequin version of myself, it's been a tremendous disservice to me. I'll share one time an audition that I did, because I never would have done this, and it was such a good lesson for me. This commercial audition that I did once for Walgreens. I'll just plug Walgreens here. Why not? Anyway, the casting directors left the room, which never happens. Like they left the room and the cameras are all in there and everything, just like everything's set up for the audition. And I was just being so goofy. I don't know, because I was like playing around like, hey, whatever, blah, blah. I don't even remember what I was doing. I don't remember what the dialogue was of the commercial even. And they came back in the room and they said, we had the cameras rolling and the monitor was on in the other room. And we love what you did when you didn't think we were in here. And we want you to do that. And I had been rehearsing the text of that commercial so much. If they hadn't done that, I would not have booked that job. Because I was so focused on, not that you can never rehearse something, right? Because I teach acting. And if you want to do that, that's a whole other thing. Because how do you take a script and then be spontaneous when you have rehearsed it? Right? That's a whole other thing that I can help you with. Just go to my website. I can do private coaching too, by the way, for meditation, yoga, soul coaching, finding your imagination, your purpose, connecting, acting. But that was just another little sidebar. But that was a great lesson for me because I had wanted that audition, But I don't think I would have booked it if I didn't do that, because they told me, I mean, the producers told me that is why I booked the job. And there was a lobby full of people. And I never have booked a job like that fast before, because normally they call you back and all these things. They told me that day. They're like, you booked it because we love what you did when we weren't in the room. And I'm telling you guys, I was so goofy. I would not have done that. I wish I could remember exactly what I did, but I remember just being a nutball. So how many times do we try to be perfect, and that actually harms us? So when you're worried about communicating, just be with what is. And you can even name it, like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous about communicating right now because this feels super important. Or I really like you, or you make me nervous, or whatever. So take those 4 steps that I gave you, and then the 5th one is going to be meditation. So if you can go into interactions prior and have a little meditation, be in your body, be grounded in your breath, that is the best. That interaction will be so much better. So let's do this before your next conversation. Let's meditate.
Take a deep breath in and out of your nose. Finding a nice seat where you can lay down. Close your eyes or have a soft, steady gaze. Breathe. Breathing all the way into your belly now, as if you could bring it even further into your legs, into your feet, into the center of the earth. Breathing in and out through the entire length of your body now. Breathe in from the bottom of your feet, from the center of the earth, all the way up through your legs, out of the crown of your head as you exhale, allowing the exhale to energetically protect the entire surface of your body and beyond. Breathe. Turning back within here, remembering that you are connected to all that is. That you don't have to try so hard. Breathe. You are a part of everything. Take a deep breath in and out. Imagining now you could breathe in and out from your heart space. thinking about any interaction that you may be approaching, conversation. And think about your intention here. Let your heart give you the answers. Breathe. Imagining now that you could send love and understanding and connection to every single conversation ahead of you. Listen, breathe. Putting all your attention here on the other person as if you could shine all the love and understanding and connection that you wish to receive out on to any other person, any other conversation, interaction you may be facing. Breathe in and out from your heart space, connecting back into your intention. And breathing in and out all the love, understanding, connection that you wish to receive now. Breathe in and out from that abundant place, knowing that everything is in perfect, divine, right timing. All you have to do is be clear on your intention, listen, be with what is happening, love yourself, and breathe. Knowing that the highest and best is unfolding now in all the interactions, the highest and best for everyone involved. Shine that love, shine that light energy onto all of your reactions, all of your interactions, all of your connections from here on. Trusting yourself. Breathing in some I am affirmations now. I am articulate. Breathe in and out. I speak with grace and ease. Breathe in and out. I listen. Breathe. I am present. strong. I send love ahead into all of my conversations. I send love ahead all of the words that I speak. Take a deep breath in and out. I give and receive love everywhere I go. Even when I feel it's challenging to communicate, especially when I feel it's challenging to communicate, I remember to listen and speak with love. I am love. I speak with love. I give and receive love. I am safe in all of my interactions. I am safe to be authentically, imperfectly perfect. I accept the outcome of every conversation now, knowing that the highest and best is always unfolding. I am trust. I am confidence. I am capable to communicate in any and every situation. Take a deep breath in and out. I communicate articulately with grace and ease. I communicate from the highest and best version of myself now. I send love ahead into all of my interactions, all of my conversations, and I give thanks knowing that the highest and best has already unfolded for everyone involved. Thank you for meditating today. If you like this talk and meditation, please be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'll see you next time. Namaste.